Hello, class. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate using equation editor for parts of the 6162 quiz. Don't get too excited. These are different problems than what you're doing, but I thought that we might need a refresher for Canvas. So I can see, obviously, I'm going to have to, if this is fourth power, I'm going to have to take a fourth root on both sides. And notice right now, hopefully you can see when I'm hovering my mouse over that problem, it does pop up in a little text box, the code version of it. So I can see that it really is an x plus 1. I know there's some issues with missing negative signs. So if I'm going to have to do a fourth root on both sides, I'm definitely going to have to use equation editor. So I'm going to go ahead and go there. And the first thing that I want to click on inside equation editor is this 1, 2, 3. I guess it's really a vector button, but it allows me to do multiple steps in this text box. So I need to start out with fourth root. So I'm going to not use the square root, but use this one that has an n. And that n needs to be a 4. And then inside I have to have parentheses, x plus 1. And then I need to raise that to the fourth power. And then equal sign. And now on the other side, I need to take the fourth root as well. So I'm going to have the fourth root of 16. If you are better at solving on paper, please do that first. Don't worry about doing it on paper and then the computer. It's worth it if you're going to get them right. So now, because I have the fourth root and the fourth power there, they cancel each other out. But whenever those are even, remember I have to have absolute value signs. So my absolute value signs are actually on the keyboard, and it's right above the enter key, on mine at least. So it's with one of those slashes, not the backslash, but the forward slash. So I have to go shift to get to that line, and then both of them pop up just like the parentheses do. I need that to be an x plus 1. And then equals the fourth root of 16 is 2. And press enter again. Now my first problem I'm going to solve is x plus 1 equals 2. And normally we would go and we would space over and do the other one to the right of that. But I find with the spacing on Canvas, it's difficult. I'm just going to keep working down. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this one. I have to subtract 1 on both sides. And then x will equal 1. Now I'm going to leave an extra space in between before I do my next problem. I don't have to. It just looks neater. So now x plus 1 is equal to negative 2. I have to subtract 1 on both sides. And then my x is equal to negative 3. So I have my two answers, x is 1 or x is negative 3, and I'm all set here. On the next problem, I have x cubed equals negative 343. So equation editor again, I need to do a third root. So first I'm going to start out with the third root of x cubed. So on the other side, that's going to equal the third root of negative 243. Oh, and you can see I can't enter down and go to the next line on this one. I forgot to press that vector button with the 1, 2, 3 that lets me do the multiple steps. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and insert this step. And then on the next part of the problem, I'm going to have to remember to do that. So back to equation editor. I guess I wouldn't even really need equation editor for this one. Let's go ahead and skip that. So at this point, the cube and the cube root are gone. So I have x equals, and on the other side, the cube root of negative 343 is negative 7. So there wasn't a lot of work to show on that one. So I'm all set. On the last one, it starts out with a cube root. And so my inverse would be raising both sides to the third power. So insert math equation. I'm going to go and do multi-steps this time. And I'm going to have to do parentheses. So inside my parentheses would be that third root of x minus 5. I guess I wouldn't have to do them. I just think it's going to look neater this way. And then I'm going to raise this to the third power. It's going to be equal to negative 3, also raised to third power. I guess parentheses or no doesn't make a difference on this. But typically we take what's already there and raise it to the power. So on my next line down, for some reason, it's not letting me do multiple steps on this one either. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert. So on my next line down, I don't think I need equation editor, so we'll try. It's going to be x minus 5 equals negative 3 to the third power is negative 27. And then I would need to add 5 on both sides. And then x will equal negative 22. So if I finish this problem, and I get this a lot, where you guys finish a math problem and you realize that you've screwed something up, and so you just give me a comment and explain what you did wrong. What we really need to be doing is clicking on that line where you made the mistake, and that you click on insert math equation again, it's going to pop up that line of work that I already have. And so maybe I forgot, say, a plus sign instead of a minus sign. I could go back to where that minus sign is, and I could fix it and put a plus. So just because you have already inserted something doesn't mean you can't go back and fix it. So please try to take advantage of that. So this was just a short demonstration of using Equation Editor.